Imagine two superpowers who spent decades trying to destroy each other, suddenly shaking hands in space. Stay until the end to discover how this moment, 250 miles above Earth, changed humanity's future forever. 30 years ago today, something extraordinary happened 250 miles above our heads. At exactly 8 a.m. Eastern Time, Space Shuttle Atlantis gently touched the Russian space station Mir, creating the largest human-made object ever to orbit Earth. This wasn't just about engineering. This was the moment when the Cold War officially ended, not with treaties or politics, but with a handshake between astronauts floating in zero gravity. For 50 years, America and Russia had been locked in a space race that defined an entire generation. Every launch was a statement. Every mission was a competition. Every success was their victory. Every failure was our defeat. But by 1995, something had changed. The Berlin Wall had fallen, the Soviet Union had dissolved, and two former enemies realized they could accomplish more together than they ever could apart. Commander Robert Gibson piloted Atlantis with surgical precision, inching closer to Mir at just 3 inches per second. One wrong move could destroy both spacecraft and kill everyone aboard. When the docking clamps engaged, Russian cosmonaut Vladimir Dezhurov and American astronaut Norman Thagard embraced in the transfer tunnel. These weren't just two people hugging. These were two nations choosing cooperation over competition. The numbers tell an incredible story. Together, Atlantis and Mir weighed over 450 tons and measured 290 feet long. For 5 days, 10 people from 2 different worlds lived and worked as one crew, conducting experiments that neither country could have accomplished alone. Think about the International Space Station orbiting above us right now. Every 90 minutes, it passes overhead, carrying astronauts from America, Russia, Japan, Canada, and Europe, all working together as one team. That cooperation traces directly back to June 29, 1995. What started as a handshake between former enemies became humanity's greatest collaborative achievement. Today, when tensions rise between nations on Earth, we can look up and see proof that cooperation is always possible. That former enemies can become partners. That the things that unite us as humans are stronger than the things that divide us. June 29, 1995 proved that the greatest breakthroughs happen not when we compete against each other, but when we choose to reach for something bigger than ourselves, together. Those 10 people floating in space for 5 days showed us something profound. When we stop seeing each other as enemies and start seeing each other as fellow humans on a shared journey, there's no limit to what we can achieve. What walls are you ready to tear down? What partnerships could you build that seemed impossible yesterday? What's the most inspiring example of former enemies becoming partners that you've witnessed? Maybe it's countries working together, people overcoming differences, or even personal relationships that transformed from conflict to cooperation. Share your stories of unexpected partnerships below and let the History Sparks community know what collaboration means to you. Don't miss tomorrow's incredible story about a single invention that connected the entire world and made global communication possible for everyone, everywhere. Every day, History Sparks brings you these amazing moments when human cooperation creates breakthroughs that seemed impossible just moments before. From space stations to smartphones, from scientific discoveries to acts of courage, the best of humanity shines brightest when we work together. Hit that like button if this story reminded you that cooperation conquers competition. And please subscribe to never miss these daily reminders that our shared humanity is our greatest strength.